Welcome everyone, Joe with ECRM here at our hair care session in Florida. And with me is Lisa Brown from Beauty Intelligence, who gave a great presentation on textured hair trends. So we're gonna talk about some takeaways from that presentation. So thank you so much for joining us and the presentation. And to start off, for some people who might not be familiar, can you take us through some of the textured hair care differences?
Sure, Joe, I'd love to do that. So when you think about our textured hair consumers, they're really dealing with a lot of issues. So first of all, when we look at the type of hair, it's very, very different. So when you look at the general market consumer, you could have straight all the way to kinky coily hair, but our textured hair consumers are really focused on that curly coil pattern. And it really creates a lot of issues for them. The other thing that's different is because of this curly coil pattern, our consumers have a very different regimen when they're dealing with the hair every day. So if you're a gen market consumer, shampoo, condition, style, rinse and repeat. If you're a textured hair consumer, shampoo, condition again, style, have a daily maintenance routine, have another daily maintenance routine. So it's much more complicated. There's many more products that they have to deal with. And because of that, when we think about the concerns that they have dealing with their hair and this, this textured coil pattern, again, very different from the gen market consumer. We've got moisture that's an issue. We've got curl definition. We've got frizz control. We've got breakage and split ends. And so the hair concerns, again, so much larger than what a gen market consumer would deal with.
Wow, way too many for me. It makes me so glad I have a buzz cut. I don't have to worry about too much of that.
Yeah, you don't even have those 3 steps.
No. So it's easy. It's just boom, get out of the shower. That's it.
Right.
So what is the size of this category?
Okay, so if you think about the total hair care industry, we estimate it's about 13.6 billion. It hasn't grown as much as textured hair, so we've seen an average growth rate of about 3% since 2017. When we look at textured hair, it's 2.7 billion, about 20% of that total market, but we've had 8% growth since 2017. The other difference is when you look at sort of this world that we're in with ECRM, right? The MULO, ex-AOC world, food, drug, mass. For total hair care, that's about 65% of the market. On the textured side, our consumers also shop in a different channel. So we only have about 47% of the business in this MULO ex-AOC world. 30% of the business is done in independent beauty supply stores across the country. So another major difference.
Gotcha. So do you think there's room for growth in the more mass channels?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So there's so many different types of textured hair and the different issues. What are some overarching trends that you're seeing within this group?
Okay, so first, if you think about, at the moment, we're seeing 7 what you would call mega trends in the overall hair care category. I won't go into all of those, but there are 3 of those 7 that are very relevant to our textured hair consumers. The first one is the skinification. So think about skincare principles that are then used in hair care. Because the scalp is really the skin, right? So that's the first one. So that's the health of the hair, very, very important to our consumers. So that's a mega trend that our consumers really buy into. The second one is multifunctional hair care. So I just mentioned that they have this tremendous regimen and all these products that they have to use. So now if they can find a multifunctional product that might do 2 things instead of 1, and now they have less product to buy, that is very, very attractive to our consumers.
Especially for the mass, getting into mass, it's more value.
Right, we don't have a lot of shelf space. So if one product can do what 2 used to do, the retailer loves it and our consumer loves it too. And then our third really trend that we're looking at that is also in total hair care is this whole idea of nature meeting science. So our consumers love clean beauty. 49% of our consumers say they only buy products with clean ingredients, okay? And also when we look at the collections in our category, 80% of the collections in textured hair are focused on the ingredient, not the product benefit. So the ingredient piece of this and the technology that has come along to marry with those ingredients is really a key trend, because now we're seeing all kinds of new product forms to help with all of these issues that our consumers have.
Gotcha. And yeah, I know across categories, whether it's food or health and beauty care, consumers in general are just much more aware of the ingredients that they're putting on or into their bodies.
Right, and think about the apps that are out there today. I mean, you can just scan a UPC code and learn all about the products.
Yeah, whether you're in the store, from magazines, anything. We have UPC, we have QR codes all over the place.
Exactly,
here.
right.
So awesome. So what are a couple of recommendations that you have for retailers and brands with regards to the textured hair segment?
Right, so if you're thinking about this consumer, she's very involved. She over-indexes in terms of spending, both on beauty and personal care, and she has tremendous buying power. Okay, so she's a very important consumer. This group is also growing. So 40% of the world's population is going to have textured hair by 2030. Okay, so this is not a segment to ignore. This is really an area to focus on. So think about the trends I've talked about. Make sure you're looking into skinification, multifunctional, nature meets science. Then also specifically, we've got within textured hair sort of mini segments. We've got oils, we've got treatments, protective styles are just exploding. So make sure that you have representation from those trend pieces that are very important to our consumer. Find the white space opportunities. We're seeing a lot of movement in shopping behavior to Amazon and to online outlets. So as a brick and mortar, you really want to make sure you have strategies in place to counter what's happening with Amazon and why that consumer is going to that channel.
That's a great point. That's a great point. So listen, thank you. It sounds like there's great opportunities, but they have to really approach it correctly.
Yes.
So how can they best reach you? Where can they find more information?
We're at beautyintelligence.us online. We're on LinkedIn, and marketing@beautyintelligence is our email address.
Perfect. All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for the presentation, and thanks for joining us.
Great. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for having me.